What's up, everybody? It's Thegoal60 here for Tuesday, May the 7th, 2019. So yesterday was a really good day for us as far as the RPI system goes, going 4-1, picking up several wins there with the only loss being Arizona. We'll see if it can finish up the series today. The over-under system took a little bit of a setback. We did have a pretty good sized loss there with San Francisco in a 4-game series. It did not cover, but we'll talk about that in the video and talk about where I think that's going to go and the value there. And also, we have a number one team, brand new number one team in RPI taking over. And I'll give you a hint who it is. Yep, it's the Dodgers. That's all that matters. You know, that's the top team in baseball. They've been number one in all of our hearts so far, and now they're number one in rankings. So you can all rejoice on that. We'll see what they can do moving forward. And we'll get to all that right now. So like I said, RPI system, went 4-1 yesterday, and it brings up a good point to talk about. This is a great day to talk about it. Same thing happened on Saturday with the B-bets. The same sort of thing could have been done, on that day if we had went 3-1 instead of going 4-0 like we did. So what I'm talking about is you really have a decision to make here. Are you gambling and going with this system, following this system completely, or are you going to look for the positive ROI? Either way, I totally understand either. I'm definitely more, conservative on these things than most of the time that you would think. But in this situation, I'm actually following the chase. So what I'm getting at is, let's take yesterday for instance. We had 4 wins, so positive 4 units. We had 1 loss that was a minus 120, so 1.2 units. If you combine those, that's 2.8. And if you were to just cut your losses and forget about the first half this week and not chase this, you got 2.8 units to the positive. You've netted 2.8. You're moving on. Your ROI is very good this week. Now, I developed this system as a chase, trying to get the most profit that we could, the most potential that we can. So therefore, I'm following the chase today, and hopefully Arizona can get it done, and we can, have the full 5-unit profit. Either way, it's fine. This idea kind of come to me in a conversation last week with David. We were bouncing different things off, and this kind of popped up, and it was like, well, let me look into that. Well, I ran it past Toby, ran it past a couple others that were, that I talked to on a regular basis about baseball, and pretty much most of them are the same idea I am. This is, not your rent money. This is for fun. So chase it. Let's go. Move on. Now, like I said, if you're into just looking for the ROI, I totally understand. I wouldn't blame you at all, and that's why I bring it up. That's the only reason I even brought it up on the video. It's just to talk about the opportunities. And this, I really think this would work with anything 3-1 or above. Last weekend, if we'd have went 3-1 on Saturday, it would have worked there, even though those were B bets. Yesterday, going 4-1, it would definitely work here. So anything under that 2-1, 1-1, obviously I think that you need to continue to chase. But with those type of days where we, do pretty well and get a solid win, solid units overall, you do have a decision to make on the rest of the series to see if you want to chase. Yesterday, like I said, Arizona was the only team that did not win. They didn't play very well at all. I don't really know what the reasoning was there, whether it be travel or whatnot. I don't know. Didn't dig that too much into it. Today they're bringing up a new pitcher, so there is no price out yet. When I'm making this video, it will come up pretty soon. I figure, and we'll definitely be on them again today. I feel like they're probably going to be an underdog once again, so we'll probably be looking at that run line, and that may be another deciding factor on, like I was talking about, whether you go with it or not. Either way, we're talking about playing with profit. So, playing with house money in this set of series, we're playing with house money. I know we're still on the year, we're still down a little bit, but that's what I'm getting at. We're trying to dig our way out of this hole. Let's see what we can do with this and see how it goes. As far as today, there were 3 new series that started up. 2 of them didn't make it to RPI. That was San Francisco and Colorado at .493 and .491. And also the Angels and Detroit at .478 and .479. One of them did qualify as far as RPI, is an unofficial due to price. Cincinnati at 0.485, Oakland in the bottom three at 0.459. You look at the line, Oakland is actually the favorite here. You look at the run line for Cincinnati, it's just too expensive at minus 180. Therefore, it is an unofficial play. Yesterday's unofficials, we had 3 of those. They did go 2-1. The only one left over is Boston trying to beat Baltimore. That's everything for the RPI system. There were no revenge plays. There are no, I will say this, the one potential revenge play we had yesterday with Miami over the Cubs, it was too far out as far as RPI for us, but they did get the win, outright win, against the Cubs. So, big win there. And also, that brings up a good point. The top 3 highest priced games yesterday, 2 of them lost outright. So Houston was the only winner of a minus 250 or more, and it was by 1 run against the Royals. So definitely, try to stay away from those big lines. I know I've said it 100 times. We're trying to avoid those big, giant lines and really just trying to mitigate as much risk as possible. And if you're on a line like that, you've got a lot of exposure there to losing a bankroll in a hurry if those go south. With that said, let's talk about the over-under system. We did have a setback yesterday in the test, but I think we're going to have some positive value come out of it. So, like I said, we did have a setback. We did lose a 4-game series, and that is the absolute worst thing that can happen to us. If you look at the average over-under line is minus 113. If you look at that ends up being somewhere around 19 total units. That is a huge loss. But if you look at the overall week, we've been doing this for 10 days now. We were up 16 units. So right now, yes, we wiped that out. I understand. But if you can't see the value there in one loss over that time that's so big, then, maybe think about doing something else. I don't know. But we were up big, having a good time with it, and I really think there's still a lot of potential. Of course, when I get some time, I'm going to go back and see if I can't find something that maybe would have been a signal that was going to happen as far as, don't look at the number, look at what's going on, that kind of thing. But right now, with the parameters we got set, it was still doing very well heading into that series. And I don't know what happened. They completely they went from, we were expecting to get an under to just for 4 days straight, just rocking the pitchers. I don't know how any pitcher for either one of those teams could feel good about themselves after that 4-game series. But we'll see what happens. And like I said, last year looking over it, with 4-game series, they had 3 losses total the entire year under these parameters. 3 losses. Now, given, like I said, those losses are giant. Those losses are big. They're a lot of units. But 3 losses over the course of the season, excuse me, and, several wins, you still made a lot of profit. If we had been following that, of course. I'm just saying, the way the test went, it was very good with these parameters. Yesterday, we had 4 new series start up in the over-unders. We go 2-2. We're trying to get an under in the Chicago-Miami game, waiting on that line to come out, and also an over in the Minnesota-Toronto game. We missed it by half a run. So looking for those 2 to finish up today. We did pick up 1 new play today. Cincinnati and Oakland. Cincinnati's at 0.06, Oakland at 1.5. That's combined for 1.56. You're looking at the over 8.5 for an A bet today. Like I said, that's all test. We're still trying to see what happens if this goes for another couple weeks and we bounce back from this loss. We're going live for this. If we find something, if I look and find something with that series that really points it out and we make a little change, we may carry it for another week. But I really think this thing's got a lot of value, and we'll see how it goes for this second month of the season. And if it continues this type of value, then we're going live with it. We're going to bring it out and go wide open to go along with the RPI and revenge system. With that said, that's everything I've got today. I appreciate you watching this video. Have a great Tuesday, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks.
"60% of the time, it works every time."